How's it going, everyone? My name is True Wonder Dog, and today we're having an early look at Skarlet's Variation 3. Please request which character you want next, and keep in mind when the patch does drop, there will be slight frame adjustments and also some damage changes as well. So without any further ado, let's get started. This third variation gives Skarlet access to 3 new moves, so let's start off with Boiling Point. This move is admittedly slow on startup, but does hit low, so against some beginners that might be a mix-up. They block a short string like this, thinking that you're done, but you catch them low at their feet with this move and get some pretty decent damage because this move does hurt. 10% by itself, but then if you amplify it, you get a pretty crazy amount of damage. Almost 20% for a single move, which means Skarlet now has some of the easiest damage in the entire game. Check this out. Catch him with the far version, enhance it, almost 33% for no effort whatsoever and only cost me 1 bar. And as you may have noticed, this move does have different distances, so by default, it's around jumping distance. If you hold back during the animation, it hits close. And that can be good for certain situations, like this string right here. Sometimes you have to do the close version if you want it to connect. Now at max range, you actually want to use the regular version sometimes, so this can be a bit tricky in some situations, but thankfully its hitbox is pretty generous, and then when the opponent's knocked really far away like you just saw, you want to do the far version. And then if the opponent's running away, or you want to play the zoning game and catch them from full screen, you hold up during the animation and you get the very far version. So this move has 4 different distances, which are all good for different occasions. And even though the move is pretty slow on startup, it can actually catch the opponent during their landing frames. So in other words, if the opponent jumps and is holding block when they land, you can still catch them for the few frames they're on the ground and aren't quite able to block. It's very tough to time, but very similar to Garrus, you can catch the opponent landing with this move if you time it correctly. And in fact, this move can also be decent for anti-air follow-ups as well, especially if you want to spin that bar. It's a very damaging and very simple anti-air. In fact, this move can even combo off an air-to-air, so if the opponent's very close and you just know they're gonna jump, you can catch them with jumping 1 and then extend the combo and end with this for a lot of damage. So despite this move being very slow, it is certainly quite useful. Do not underestimate the power of this new move. And next up we have Red Rain. Now this move is a bit more specific in its utility, but it's still fairly useful. So as long as you're in this rain, your attacks will do more damage. And then if you do step outside the rain, that damage buff goes away. So right away you're probably imagining what this move is good for, and that's the corner. However, even if you don't want to be in the corner, this can be a fantastic way to end your combo and then start your zoning, because now your projectiles hurt so much that it's honestly just kind of gross. Look how much damage I'm doing right now. Look at this. She's already half dead from a few projectiles. That's just ridiculous. And yes, she could avoid a lot of those, but imagine she wanted to jump and she got caught by one, and then my low snagged her. She's already taken like 20% damage, so this move can be great for zoning as well. But in the corner is definitely where this move shines. It's really good. So if you have the opponent cornered, you can drop your combo and do this, and you can block before they actually get up. It's only 15 frames on startup. Pretty fast move. And in fact, if the opponent goes for an up 2, you can actually down 1 or standing 1 and interrupt them. That's how fast you recover. So it's a very good move even in the corner because the opponent can't actually interrupt you while doing it. And even if they hit you, the rain doesn't actually go away. So that's just one more great thing about it. And I should also mention, if the opponent's in the rain, their attacks do less damage. So it actually has 2 buffs for it. Does more damage for you and less damage for the opponent. Honestly, a really cool move. But I know what you're thinking, how much damage do corner combos do with this thing? Well, let's go ahead and see real quick. So you get the knockdown, cancel into it, low mix up. Boom. 36%, no bar. No bar whatsoever, and kind of a mix up. Yes, my overhead is pretty slow, but in the corner, the opponent's going to be nervous and might not block correctly, so very good stuff. That was a low, no meter, did 35% damage. That's pretty crazy. But what if I do want to spin meter? Well, let's see what that looks like. Once again, we get the knockdown. Let's go for a low again, because that's like the least damaging option. We get the low, we spin the bar, and we get 40%. Off a low mix-up, 1 bar. Crazy stuff. And if you look at the health bar, she's actually already half dead because of that first combo at the start. That is just ridiculous. And once again, the opponent can't interrupt this. Unless they do change the frame data in that patch, this move is super good for corner combos and setups. But what if you want even more damage? Can you actually get more damage? Let's go ahead and see. Once again, we get the knockdown, but this time going for a jump in. And what's the damage gonna be? Oh my goodness, almost 43% for a very basic corner combo, but that's the magic of this move. That damage buff is no joke. And once again, keep in mind your opponent's attacks do less damage as well, so even if you did mistime your meaty and they did a wake up 2 and got a full combo, it's not gonna hurt very much because they're in the rain. It's just a really good move. And then last but certainly not least, we have the Red Mist. Now this move had a lot of Skarlet mains concerned because they lose access to the tentacle. And while I do agree the tentacle is one of her best zoning tools, I'm not gonna lie, this move is really good and I think I might actually prefer it. So this move is kind of like Reptile's attack from MKX. If the opponent's nearby, they take constant damage for a short period of time. However, what makes this move extra special is that it actually restands the opponent, as crazy as that sounds. So look at this. No wake up options for the opponent, I'm left close and I'm plus 17 on hit, which means I can just do this. And they have to put up with it. How crazy is that? Isn't that ridiculous? Does this reach too? Oh my goodness. Then you have to deal with that. You have to. I'm at plus 17. That is just ridiculous, right? Such a good move. And in the corner, you restand them and get a combo going. They take damage the entire time. And then you combine this with the Red Rain damage buff. She can easily do 50% in the corner, and it's just ridiculous. With a couple of mix-ups put in there, easy 60% damage, if not the entire health bar if you play your cards right. In fact, let's go ahead and put Katana in the corner and see if I can show off just how good this move can be. So low attack, very simple combo. Restand, go for the throw, gotta wait a little bit, otherwise it will whiff. Boom. Look at that damage. She's already lost 40% health with one throw and a meterless combo, and it was super simple. I could have done much more. Once again, this move starts up pretty quick, so it can restand the opponent in a lot of situations. Get that throw. Oh my gosh, girl, you're almost half dead. And that was such a simple mix-up, my goodness. And keep in mind, you could do something like this. You get this started, launch the opponent, restand them, then get the throw. Look at this, she's already almost dead and she's taking damage still while being near me. Throw her again. Oh my gosh, you're almost dead, just a couple of mix-ups. And that's a very amateur combo too. I'm not doing anything fancy and look at all that damage. So overall, I think Variation 3 is a rush down Skarlet. You have Boiling Point, which is pretty good for anti-zoning, and also great for anti-airing. It's great for air-to-air combos, great for ending combos for a lot of damage, just an all-around solid move. It's a bit slow and not good on block, but as long as you combo into it, it's really good. You have Red Rain, which is just a health deleter in the corner, and even if you're not in the corner, it can be fantastic for zoning, because now your projectiles hurt so much. Look at this. This damage is just gross. Look how much this hurts. That's just ridiculous. You're already half dead, girl. And then we have Red Mist. Plus 17 on hit, ridiculous frame advantage, and on top of that, can even restand the opponent, which means no wake up game. And in the corner, you can go for throws, you can back up to whiff the throw, and then go for a low to start a combo. She has so many options with this move in the corner, so I think the name of the game in this variation is get the opponent cornered, and then set up your Red Rain, or your Red Mist, and then just go to town on their health bar. That's the name of the game in this variation. However, real quick, I did see some people posting on some forums that Skarlet is actually getting Crimson Shield instead of the other two buffs. No one's really quite clear what she's getting yet, though I do believe that Stephanie herself said on the Kombat cast that it's 2 buffs, and I don't really consider this move to fall into that category, but this move makes it to where you take less damage from the opponent. So it's similar to Red Rain, which is why I don't think you would have it with the same build, but this move means Skarlet takes less damage. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop this and have Katana beat me up real quick and see what happens. Alright, Katana, I want you to just beat me up. Like, just for no reason, beat me up. Let's see this move. Alright, only 109. By default, it does more damage. About 128, almost 130, right? So pretty good damage nerf, nothing bad. And in zoning, it's even better, because if we're trying to trade back and forth, I'm not gonna take any damage during the zoning battle. Now, I certainly don't prefer this move over anything else, but I think it also makes sense for her build. I really hope she has the Red Mist instead, because that just seems like fantastic for rushdown. But with this, I'm now taking less damage, which is awesome, because once again, if we trade, it's not that bad for me, not a very big deal. I took way less damage than she did. And if you do have Red Rain along with this move, it means you're dealing more damage while taking less damage. And if you're at full screen, they can't even knock you out of the range, so that's really good as well. So in summary, I think this might be my favorite build for Skarlet. It does really good damage with not much effort, and then in the corner it leads to awesome setups that can just delete your opponent's health bar, and last but not least, she has crazy frame advantage off this move, and it can also take away their wake ups entirely, which is just one more plus. I really do love this move the most, so I really do hope she has this move in Variation 3, and I do believe that is true. if my information is correct. But please let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below, and then while you're down there, please leave a like if you enjoyed the video. It really does help my channel out a ton. Once again, please request which character you want next and subscribe for more videos. Make sure to come back next time, and as always, stay underdogs.